right, we are in Mesquite, Nevada. Don't know where that is on the map. Oh, we're almost in we're almost in Utah.
We're going to Utah, eh?
It's right on the border of Zona.
What's up, brother? Good to see you. You want a shower? What's up, brother? How are you, Doc? Good to meet you, dude. What's up, guys?
Nice to meet you.
I'm gonna go change. Take your time. We're a little tired.
You should fuck with Lucas and be like, yo, it'd actually be really funny to have Gabe on. He'll get so pissed.
You know, it'd be a good idea. Like, since Bryce is a good-looking dude, what do you think? Should we do Gabe? Gabe, you want to do this one?
Of course.
Huh?
You said that guy?
Only because he's good-looking. What do you think? Lucas, you want to sub in and out? Lucas.
What up? What else?
Very tired. You want to sub in and out with Gabe?
Is that the guy? Are you sure?
The Gabe performance together with Bill's Arian was fucking. Why am I actually? I'm not even safe in this show. Why am I doing this? Why am I the fucking good dude? I'm just too tired of fucking you.
All right, so here we are. Episode. What episode are we on now? I bet you don't even know.
Who fucking cares?
All right, we don't know.
Right.
These are all kind
Straight
of
up. No more
blending in.
episode numbers bullshit.
I got to tell you though, I'm proud of each and every one of you because we've worked our asses off at this podcast here. We've been really cranking these episodes out. So
I'm even
fun,
watching
though.
them.
Yeah, that's
I'm even
dope.
watching them. A golfer from Clovis, California, now lives in Dallas. I mean, nobody.
And that
at least
man
that's
right
the way I
there
think
is
myself.
Bryson DeChambeau, one of the best golfers in the world, Ryder Cup champion. And
Go USA.
It's an honor to have you on here. By the way, a little ballsy to you come on the Full Send podcast. We're a little bit aggressive. I know you golf guys got to button up a little bit.
We do, but I think people seeing a different side of me is pretty sweet. You know, it's not every day you get to see the full true potential of who I am. On the golf course, I'm pretty reserved. But I think, there's a lot more to be said when it comes to me, and I'm super freaking excited to be on this.
Sorry, Kyle.
Is that tough sometimes to be like buttoned up like that and like have to like watch what you say all the time?
It's kind of brutal. I mean, I had a buddy of mine, Chris Pratt. Well, you guys probably know who he is.
Subtle name drop there.
Subtle. And he told me something really, really good. And it helped me out. It helped him through his career in acting because he was always playing this character and then going back to his family life, right? And he told me, he was like, Bryson, especially when I had all this Brooks and Bryson stuff going on, the slow play stuff going on, whatever it was, whatever controversy it was always making me who I am. From the golf course to me, it always made me feel like that was me. And so I started talking to Chris Pratt about it, and he's like, Bryson, you have to take yourself away from that. The person you are off the golf course is not going to be the same person you are on the golf course. It can't be. People's perception and their idea of who you are is unfortunately going to be a fictional character. He said, so play that fictional character when you're on the golf course, and then when you're off the golf course, be who you are and know who you are. And don't let that fictional character change who you actually are. And that made me comfortable with playing that character out on the golf course. Now, I'm only talking about the bad times when things are going south, when a lot of things are going against you. When I'm, pumping it over the water on 6 at Arnold Palmer, I'm being me. It's not being anybody different. But when there's bad stuff going on and people are saying stuff, you suck, hit it in the water, Brooksy, whatever it is, right? I have to retract and go and be like, all right, that's okay. No big deal. I understand they're doing that because either one, they want to be in my spot, or two, they're just drunk.
Do you get heckled a lot? Do you get heckled a lot by the crowd?
Absolutely. It's been a lot of heckling, but I'll tell you, for the most part, it's changed. I think that dynamic has now changed because they're starting to understand who I am as I keep producing YouTube content, TikTok, Instagram stuff, because I want people to see who I actually am. And that's the tough part, is getting people to see who I truly am compared to, what the tour represents or puts me out to be as, or even just the media in general. That's the tough part. You go talk to a writer, albeit there's a lot of great writers out there. It's tough to go talk to a writer because they take a snippet and they can do whatever they want with it, compared to being on a podcast or talking to somebody on camera, right? Because they can see your true emotion. I think that plays different.
Would you say is like the media in golf is like the same as like the NBA and the NFL? Like they just try to like twist your words?
Well, I've never been
Or
in the NBA or anything.
Or like when you see it, like just seeing like a LeBron James.
I'm not that tall, okay? I'm kidding. But I would say so. I think that there's a lot of outlets, and I'm not trying to knock anybody down. Don't think I'm doing that. What I'm saying is that, it's all about clicks and likes nowadays, as you guys well know, right? But it's tough to do that while being your true self. And I think that's the tough part. When you get to it, when you see it, I think what you guys are doing is something incredibly special and something that I wanted to be a part of, because I think it shows the true self of a person, not just what people want you to think you are.
Yep. Yeah, it's crazy. Media is all about clicks now. I tell people it's like an article is like us, how we try to get clicks on like a YouTube video.
Yeah.
like we're always thinking like title and thumbnail, like what's gonna get those clicks. Like sometimes you base your content around like what's just gonna get clicks. I don't think that's any different than like making a story now too, right? And like the news, it's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, I just ignore all of it. I don't know. I don't really pay attention to it.
You don't read comments, nothing?
No, I don't read I really don't. I don't read it that much. Brett usually tells me like people are talking shit about you, but I'm just like, I really don't give a fuck. That's just my mentality.
Do you find at all like when they're commenting at you when you're playing like throughout the round when they say like stuff like Brooksy and stuff, does that affect you at all mentally during the game?
I mean, initially it did because it was like, come on guys, be respectful. Golf is a respectful sport, but as time has gone on, I've gotten used to it and gotten a brass chest. Obviously, I've gotten heat for it, which I'm comfortable with it because at the end of the day, if they're saying bad stuff about me or typing stuff, it's just creating a better movement on the algorithm.
Have they ever been like hit you below the belt like? You got a small dick or like anything like not
yeah,
saying
well,
you do.
I heard one last week at the Ryder Cup.
You got a small dick.
I mean,
I don't know. Like I'm saying like
no, at the Ryder Cup last week, there were some fans that said something really inappropriate to John Rahm and his wife, and you just do not talk about your family. That's crossing a line.
I don't know. Shaquille O'Neal used to. He said, "I'm gonna fuck your wife," didn't he? No, I'm sorry. I mean to say like,
but that's
it's a little different now. I mean, certainly most of the population will say that is not.
Shaq came across as a real joke though. Back to the
I like Shaq a lot. That's a little below the belt. Yeah, you can't talk about fucking another man's wife. I'm sorry.
Especially Shaq too. Yeah. That guy's got a fucking horn on him too.
Yes,
buddy.
Yes.
If Shaq's fucking your girl, you're done for.
We're sorry. We gotta remember, we can't be going too crazy with Bryson here. He's a golfer.
The full time podcast.
Oh yeah, you're right. I forgot. By the way, pace of play is a big thing with me golf wise. I like to fucking zing out there, play 18 holes in 2.5 hours. Just fucking get to the round.
Quick, though,
guy like you though, I don't think that would happen.
I do that when I'm not playing for $15 million.
Yeah.
Oh really? So you are a slow player. You're a fucking slow golfer, right?
No, that's what they present me as. I'm not even in the top 50 of slow players on tour.
Okay.
No, I mean we have ShotLink data that tells you exactly what your time is over each and every shot. Okay. And I'm under 45 seconds in 5 out of 6 categories. The only category I'm not is on chipping, and that's because I walk to the green. So they count that walking to the green.
Okay.
And so everybody that walks to the green from the chipping area is over 45 seconds. Like it's almost impossible not to. There's some guys that don't, and they can hit in 30 seconds, which is no problem. So 45 seconds is like the limit. They say it's the limit to hitting a golf shot on average.
Yeah.
Especially when you're getting timed. If you go over 45 seconds, they warn you. If you do it again, you get a shot penalty. That's only happened a few times.
Really?
Yeah, I've never gotten a penalty. I've been warned a few times. I've never been told I had a bad time. So you get warned. Sorry, let me do that again. You get warned. You get a bad timing, and then that next one is a shot penalty. So I've never had in 4 years of playing. I've never had a bad time. Wow. So I've only been warned. Like we're timing the group, and so when you get warned, the group gets timed, and then everybody's timed. You got to play under 45 seconds.
They're always changing the rules, right? I mean, the
it's
PGA's
every
always
year.
switch up. So what's some rules right now? You don't really agree.
Well, that's what it is. So I don't even know the full rules because it's never happened. I don't even have an issue anymore. I've picked up the pace on my putting, chipping, driving. I'm one of the fastest off the tee, and my iron play is really good. There was a time where I was just getting out on tour, and I was playing with Jordan, Zach Johnson, and Jason Day, and they were all known to take time as well. Mm-hmm. So it didn't really help my, I guess you could say, algorithm for keeping our group under time par. Mm-hmm. So it's one of those things that just a little bit of bad timing, bad luck in that regard, but. Am I going to take time for playing for millions of dollars? Yeah, but when I'm on the golf course, I'm finishing golf in less than 2.5, 3 hours every time I play. If I was to play, and I barely even play, I rarely do.
Also, with your putting, I see. Do you do math when you're on the green? What are you doing when you're on the green?
Yeah.
Are you one of the only players doing that right now?
Left and right.
How'd you
Everybody thinks
that?
I solve equations.
This is fucking Rain Man.
The scientist.
Albert Einstein.
Tiger calls me Rain Man sometimes. It's hilarious. No, so we have an algorithm tells us pretty much how much a putt's going to break for any distance, on any slope, on any green stemp value.
Yeah.
So
go ahead.
Yeah. So essentially what we do is I go, okay, I'm 10 feet away. I'm on a 2% slope. It's 12 inches. I'm not doing calculus in my head. I'm literally using a chart that tells me how far to aim based on distance, slope, and friction value of the green.
And
Are
that's
you
never
selling the chart to the average
So it's like
golfers?
calculus on the greens.
Yeah, no, calculus is way harder. That's like looking at a chart and going, oh, that's what it is. So it's a lot easier, actually.
Salim's on like grade 1 math on the green still.
Yeah.
No, I mean I broke 100 my 4th time playing.
That's pretty solid, by the way.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That is pretty
We
solid.
don't know if it was. We don't know for sure. We weren't
No,
there.
no
but-
mulligans. I
first round
promise
was-
you.
Did you use your bead counter?
No, I literally just played. I didn't even know. I wasn't even trying to.
Brooks wouldn't be happy playing behind Salim. That's all I'm saying.
I got a good swing.
Is he like
Yeah, nice
Voldemort? Is
one.
Brooks like
You think Salim
Voldemort?
broke 100? What do you think?
What? Did what? Say that again?
You think Salim broke 100?
No, fuck no.
I
don't know.
I really
You
did.
actually have to count every
I really
shot.
did.
It's different. You
Couple
gotta count every
mulligans.
No,
shot.
well, I wasn't going for 100. I was just playing to play. And then on
You
the
were playing with a fan too.
mean,
I think
what
he
golf
like.
course
I
in
think he
Park?
just like wanted to
It was
make you
like King
happy.
John
it
Lewis.
was
We
at,
shot at
Tustin.
26.
It was at Tustin Ranch. and
Par 58?
I don't know what the fuck the par was. Honestly, I'm new to golf, so like
No, it was
I
par
just-
72, but I
Oh,
don't know, man.
okay.
I really did. I really did. And it
Did
was,
you were you playing the red tees or
I was playing. So there's the
Little
white.
Slim doesn't
Obviously,
realize
and then
when he's
there's
getting
blue.
fucked
and
with.
there's
He
black.
doesn't even know he's getting
He doesn't
jerked.
realize he's
He
getting
doesn't
fucked.
even know
No,
he's getting
I
jerked.
love it. I actually really like playing golf. Like,
No,
I
no,
just started a
Salim
month
is
ago.
gonna be
He's
nasty.
enjoy-
though.
yeah, he
Salim's
will
gonna
be.
be
I
good.
just started a month ago.
Salim's
man.
gonna
Like,
be
I'm-
good.
I'm
He's
really-
got an obsession with Tiger Woods right now.
I
Yeah.
love it. He's,
What do you
he is
think?
the goat.
You think you could beat us though? If all four of us, truthfully, if all four of us, 'cause we were talking shit in the car and we spoke about it a little before, and you seemed pretty confident. If the four of us, which we're going to do, scrambled against you, 4-man scramble at, let's say, Augusta National. Actually,
Yes.
we can't play there. So what
No, we can't. But yes, there's no chance.
do you mean no chance? We're a 9. He's a 9. We get 4 attempts at every fucking shot. We would smoke you.
I broke 100.
How
I
the
mean-
fuck are you a 9?
I mean,
you're saying you
Bob's a
shoot
9 out of
70
nowhere.
Bro,
or
a
81.
shot-
Oh, 81.
I'm good. I'm good. When there's shit on the line, I'm good. I just don't try in front of
Yeah.
you. 'Cause
No,
You,
you,
got to realize when I'm driving greens and making putts against Sergio, that's you got to realize you got to take that into account. When the nerves get there to you, I usually perform decently well. We'll see. I've never played with you, so.
no, that's true. Yeah, but would you like?
But I think on all honesty, I would have
I think
a
we should
really
try
good
it.
shot at beating it, and I'm down. I mean,
we should do it. Us 4 versus.
Do like a
Versus
vlog
you.
style.
We gotta
one?
do
Yeah,
that.
vlog style.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I'm all in for
fun.
that.
We got to do something like high
be
stakes
wicked.
though.
Oh.
Whether it's money or just a money or a
Okay.
bet.
I think a bet would be fun. That would be
charity
fun with
play
something.
too. Could be something for
It could
charity.
be charity. Yeah, I'm down
Yeah.
for that.
Charity.
Yeah, that's what people don't realize too either. Like the tour and the players give so much back to charity. I think that's what's super unique about this organization. Just what we do in general is that we love giving back. And I mean, I don't know how many millions of dollars we raised last year, but through my own foundation, we've been raising a lot of money as well. We're getting close to that $1 million mark, I think, and we're going to be doing some stuff with that. But people don't understand the dedication golfers have to giving back. So I'm down. I mean, I'm totally down.
That's wicked.
The Ryder Cup. by
We
the
were
way,
gonna do
too.
a give back. It's breast cancer month, so we were gonna buy like
I
girl.
like,
we
I like
were
that.
gonna buy girls new racks. Because like no,
No, it's serious.
when you
It's
get
a
breast
nice
cancer,
rack.
Yeah,
when you
you
get
need-
breast cancer, like
that's really
girls have
cool.
to like they do surgery and they remove
like 1
their
or 2.
tits.
Yeah.
So like girls that have breast cancer, we're gonna raise money for our drop, and then we're gonna use the money to buy girls new racks.
That's actually really awesome.
That's awesome. That's super cool.
That
I'm
sounds,
down.
yeah.
I
Give,
help
give it
with
back
that.
in a very unique
It's also
way.
fun.
Yeah, it is fun. Yeah.
It's also fun.
Ryder Cup. You got to talk about the Ryder Cup here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come on.
You guys,
crazy.
fucking
Congratulations.
smoked 'em.
Thanks. We
Congrats.
the greatest team ever. The best team ever.
Yeah.
Assembled. We
Was that your
demolished them.
first?
No, it was my second. I played over in Paris and got our asses handed to us, so that was a bit rough. I did not want to feel that again.
How's the Ryder Cup like different than?
Well, we all
Then
come
other
together as
shit.
a team. You saw Brooks and I come together as a team. That was fun. I'd also say that I had a great partner, Scotty Scheffler. He was insane. He's such a good player. He's never won on tour. He will win on tour. He's a rookie on the Ryder Cup, but he felt like a veteran. It was super sick. And then we all just came together. And the most important thing about that event, I think, is as a country we came together. We've been obviously struggling for a long time in this country, and we needed a little gusto, a little jump, right? And I think the Ryder Cup kind of provided a little bit of that. I think golf is doing that, and that's why it's so special and unique. It's different than any other sport. And you just create things that nobody's ever seen before, and that's kind of what I'm trying to do.
What was the best part of like the tournament? I saw you eagled #1 on the final day,
The
right?
best part, my favorite part, no offense to Sergio, I love Sergio. He's been super nice to me. I loved pulling the putter out after I smoked that drive on 1 onto the green the last day in the singles
41
match.
footer.
And I got the putter out before I walked off that first tee box, and it was in front of Sergio.
Oh, you
Sergio-
pulled the putter out on the tee box.
right in front of him.
Was the chart
Oh
out too?
shit!
little
That's
shit
a
talk.
power move.
Straight to the chart.
Toss me my putter.
Yeah, and then I drained it. I think he put on his glasses after I drained the putter.
That's crazy.
Or the putt. So that's
that's a terrible start.
That's the worst way
Terrible.
to fucking start, bro.
But like your buddy, like the guy
You're
you're
just
playing
like-
against who drops a 41 foot.
You're like, shit.
Yeah.
it's
gonna be a long day today.
Yeah, exactly.
I seen Spieth. He I don't know how to pronounce his name, but he
You
shot.
did.
No, you
did
said
a
it
great
perfect.
job. Yeah, it was
Okay.
You
perfect.
said it fucking.
I'm getting
You
in-
actually couldn't have said it better.
Honestly.
No, like
No
I
way.
seen on Instagram.
My
that-
mom says Spithe, so I mean.
No, he
you did a
putted
great
and
job.
went in and out. I seen that.
Oh, the
on-
360.
Oh, that
must-
lift?
That
That's
hurt, man.
crazy.
That's brutal.
That
So,
was terrible.
Here's a little science for you. How does a golf ball drop into the hole?
Just goes in.
Gravity?
Gravity. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gravity. Yeah.
But a golf ball
Okay, yeah.
has to have enough time for it to drop half of its width to hit the equator of the ball and jimmy back and forth and go in the cup.
You dissected that one.
You
huh?
did.
You were
You-
like, you should have done this.
Do you do all your own research on everything? Or like do you work with different people? Like
no,
you
I work with my manufacturer, Cobra, and Bridgestone. So Bridgestone's a golf ball manufacturer, and then Cobra's equipment. And we work a lot on coming up with new ideas to solve unique issues and problems. For example, like nobody would know this, but hitting out of the rough, you probably lose half your spin, and that makes the ball jump and fly out really, really fast. So you get these people call them flyer lies. You hit a shot out of the rough and just boom, gone over the green. And we're trying to find ways to mitigate that so you don't get as many jumpers, or a way to where it jumps all the time.
Yeah.
So where it's something consistent, right? And you have to do a lot of like research into the chemicals they're using to make a golf ball, and just the plastics and all the stuff going to even just the metals that you're using on the face. It's wild. There's so much that goes into it. I couldn't even explain in this hour.
But even like you do a lot of things different on tour than most players, right? The
Very
lengthier
different.
clubs,
I've
the
always
putter.
I've always tried to find a distinct advantage in everything I do.
Yeah. Even
Anything.
I was just read up on something before
Yeah.
with flag pins being allowed in. Are they still allowed in with
so
graphite
they are.
ones?
Yeah,
You
and
leave the graphite
it
in?
Depends on the COR, coefficient of restitution of the flag. So how hard it hits on the flag and to how much it comes off the flag. So most pins on the PGA Tour are really, I guess you could say, soft. They get a low COR, and so you can just hit it and it just goes right in. So you're hitting a putt and it's going 6 feet by, right?
Yeah.
Hits the flag stick, drops in the cup.
Yeah.
Compared to if there was no flag and it just go right over the hole.
Now,
Doesn't have enough time.
Like, is that something you actually research yourself, though?
Yeah, how
Yeah,
do you
those
like
things. I
And, like-
do things. I experiment on my own. So I go and look at certain research documents on topics, but most research documents are not, I guess you could say, descriptive or have enough info or money behind it to fully answer a question. So for example, when I was putting, this is really cool actually. When I was putting bad in 2017, I was doing face-on putting. I was trying a bunch of different shit, and it didn't really work that well. I was nothing was working well, and I eventually found arm lock that worked pretty well. But I still noticed I was having these weird putts from like 5 feet in. They were just coming off line, really weird. And so I did some study and some research on the golf ball and the geometry of those dimples. And so this is getting a bit technical, but whatever.
No, it's interesting.
Yeah, let it go.
No, we all love golf, man. It's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. So the dimples, if you hit it,
Sliam's gonna be talking about dimples for a week now.
This is very interesting. I
Should
wanna
we hear
keep
that?
going.
He's like, yo, the dimples.
I'm gonna have to fucking hear about this for the next week.
Yeah,
eh?
this is gonna be
Dimples and
ongoing
shit.
I
topic.
didn't know the dimple.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
okay. So the dimples, they have edges on them, right?
Mhm.
And if you hit it, if you hit that dimple on an edge at the wrong angle, it can come off horizontally or vertically.
Holy shit.
Okay,
the
so
fuck?
okay. Do you have a golf? Is there a golf ball anywhere? I don't know. I wish
is
we had
there
a
a
golf
golf ball?
ball.
Yeah.
Gabe, you forgot the golf ball
Yeah, exactly.
and the Happy Dads.
Man,
Don't make a
man.
joke.
Wow.
So can you get one, Connor?
I'm gonna start doing this.
Okay, so anyway,
Brett, we go to
anyway
Bryson's room and get golf balls out of his thing, and then anything else in that room, fucking take it.
Clubs are gone.
so but you know what it looks like, right? It's
Yeah,
a
yeah,
dimple.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
if it's you got like it's almost like a suction cup sort of thing, suction cup sort of thing. So when you hit it like at this angle, it'll twist
Yeah.
and go offline. But if you're hitting on the top or bottom of the dimple, it'll only affect like the vertical launch. So when I was putting, I was missing putts from super close ranges because I was hitting it off of the other edges of the dimples. And so a lot of guys that miss short putts, they're like, oh, I felt like I made a great stroke, but it just comes out and lips out of the hole from like a foot or 2 feet. It's because they're hitting it on an edge. So the firmer you hit it, the more the golf ball compresses.
That's too much thinking, man. I don't know, man.
Listen to him.
Well,
He knows the fuck he's talking about, Salim. You want to play golf?
No, it's not that
Yeah,
difficult.
yeah.
You
It's
want to break
actually
100,
really not
Salim, or
difficult.
what?
Jesus.
Huh?
You want to break 100?
I want to break 90. It's actually
I
not
already did
difficult.
break on it. Huh?
It's not that difficult. So when you're hitting something a lot harder, that golf ball a lot harder,
Yeah.
it's compressing and it doesn't come off at a weird angle. When you're hitting it softer, like a 5-footer or like a 3-footer, you hit it a little bit off of the edges, it can now come offline. So whenever you drop a golf ball, if you drop it from a super high position, it'll bounce straight up vertically. If you drop it from a low position, the golf ball will bounce all over the place.
Yeah, I see what you're saying now.
But is that
your? See what you're saying now? That's a good way of explaining it.
Is that your own
actually see
research
what
though?
you're
Like
saying.
you're saying,
So glad
you're missing,
Saleem got into golf.
I love golf.
but like when you're missing those 5-6 footers, you're like, it's got to be the dimples on the ball. Or like,
I
what are you
didn't know.
thinking?
So I was looking at like different putter designs, like what's going on. I felt like I was taking every variable out of it. So I was hitting it on my line, and it was still coming off at weird angles. Like I felt like I was stroking it perfect. I used numerous devices that told me my putter was square at impact. I was stroking it with a proper club path, proper lie angle, attacking, all this stuff, right? Whatever, right? Nothing you need to know about yet. And unfortunately, there's no answer to it. That's when I went and did my research.
You think you're all like, because your swing speed now is fucking out of control. You look like you're swinging out, like you're gonna break your fucking back, right? Yeah. So, do you think this could ever backfire you on you? This strategy where, because there's a ball when you swing harder, right? For like an amateur golfer, when I swing harder, the ball has a better tendency to fucking fly out of bounds.
Yeah, you would break your back.
Yeah,
but
I wouldn't go that far, but
yeah. But I'll tell you that what's crazy is in the sport of long drive, it's the fewest amount of injuries I've ever seen in a sport. I mean, the guys on the PGA Tour get injured way more than guys in long drive. For whatever reason, it just seems to be that when you learn how to swing a golf club really fast and you get comfortable and your body gets comfortable with it, it's weird. You don't get injured. It's wild.
But I'm talking about as far as just like consistency. Like, does it have a chance? Like, is it like more likely now that you're going to hit a ball really bad far right?
Well, yeah. The equipment isn't built for these types of speeds. So when you're getting upwards of 220 mile an hour ball speed, which by the way is 50 miles an hour faster than the PGA Tour average. 50.
50 miles faster?
50 miles faster.
That's your swing speed.
Ball speed. My swing speed is 113 miles an hour is the swing speed average, 14, something like that. Maybe actually be more. Maybe like 15, whatever. In long drive, I'm like 145 right now, so that's 30 miles an hour faster.
What's your difference in fairways and regulations from your old swing to now?
Oh, I hit way less fairways, but I don't give
Right. It's just you want closer to the hole. You just want to be closest to the hole as possible.
Yeah.
When in your career did you start, like, did you realize, like, I'm going to start, like, hitting bombs and, like, changing the game in that way?
Once I saw Kyle Berkshire win the 2019 World Long Drive Championship, I was like, oh, okay, that's really interesting. Can I gain 10% of what he has? Mm-hmm. And if I could do that, what would that mean for my strokes gained off the tee? Well, you're seeing it now. Strokes gained number one off the tee, and by a pretty good amount. My iron play and wedging has suffered a little bit, but I've made it up with how much I've.
Do they test for steroids in PGA?
Yep.
You on
all
steroids
PEDs. You got it. No.
I should ask.
just says
I'm sorry, it's one of my questions on the list.
I know, no,
All
it's
right,
great.
sorry.
No, it's fine. So it's funny, when I came back the first time, they tested me within the first 3 weeks.
Okay.
And unfortunately, because it's medical information and because the tour doesn't want to disclose everybody's medical information, they couldn't release it. And I was like, I want to release it. Mm-hmm. Like, nah, we can't do that. Mm-hmm. Just because of everybody else's and their own property, right? I guess you could say their own, not IP, but medical information.
If you did take steroids, it would just take it to another level.
Oh, I'd be way faster.
Right. You think Berkshire, this fucking guy Kyle, is on steroids?
No. I think there's probably some guys out there.
How far does he hit it?
Fucking 900.
Okay, so just to give you perspective, I was at 214 today, ball speed, 214 mile an hour ball speed. He was around 227 to 230, 230 miles an hour. Mm-hmm. He's 15 miles an hour faster. So that is 60 miles an hour faster than than the PGA Tour average.
Now does that piss you off though?
Yes. Absolutely.
What, that he hits it farther?
Yeah.
Yeah, but do you think this is ever get out of control, the spiral thinking of like you're just hitting it farther as possible, it could fuck up your original golf game?
No. Well, yes, it did. And I kept going down the road for every 3 months I would evaluate. Is it making my golf game worse or is it making it better? And over the course of time, I started seeing like, no, it's only enhancing my game. Kyle, I mean, he was not even hitting it that good today. He hit one 455. And I hit a 412. Oh, yeah. I hit a
That's
412.
crazy.
455.
That's insane.
That's crazy.
It's disgusting.
Now, how long can your drivers be?
48 inches. It's USGA limit.
And what's regulation on tour?
I mean, well, the regulation is you can't go past 48 inches, but usually guys have 45-inch drivers. So I'm on a 46-inch driver on tour, and this week, 48.
You took a lot of... Sorry, go ahead. My bad.
No, you're good.
Yeah, see, he took a lot of shit for the
55.
Cobra thing. Remember, he took shit for that. Remember, you gave shit to Cobra for the.
I mean,
by the way,
it
in your defense, I thought it was absolute bullshit. Like you had a bad day with your driver. You
What
allowed to
happened?
say
I didn't see that.
He said my fucking driver sucks. That was it.
So
I don't know why I took so
driver-
much shit for it. It
Yeah,
was the dumbest thing
but
ever.
the funny thing is, yeah, it's not right. I mean, it wasn't right, and it was more of me being frustrated with the driver that I had that day. It wasn't that the drivers are bad, but it was more of the driver head that I was using that we had shaved off, weighted up, changed the lie angle, made the face curvature different. Didn't work. That wasn't working. So I had to go back to an old iteration. And so he caught me at a heated moment saying that, and the golf world went bonanza thinking that I was blasting a company when I was just saying, no, this driver head particularly. It'd be like saying, oh, this wedge is no good. This wedge is terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Or this wedge sucks, right? Nobody would think anything of it. They'd just be like, oh, you just move on to the next wedge or whatever. Or they think your wedging sucks, right? But people took it quite literally as that I'm saying that this company is sucking. So no, that's not the case one bit at all. So this is a really good point too. If you think about it, the sport of long drive or the speeds that I'm achieving or even Kyle's achieving, you can relate it to, let's say, Formula One and their tires, right? You're not going to use a Formula One tire on a commercial car, right? It just doesn't work. It's not for longevity or anything like that. But when you're trying to achieve the highest speed possible and maximizing everything, you got to have the best performing tire out there. And it's not going to look the same as a normal commercial tire. So that's kind of the analogy that you could give.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Are you in? I know this is a sensitive subject. Are you in Koepka? What's going on with Koepka, by the way? I hear all this shit about your little beef with this guy, Brooks, and Ryder Cup. Obviously, after the victory, you guys were four. But by the way, you weren't paired together. Was there ever a situation to be paired together in the Ryder Cup?
Yeah, there was, but he was a dick to me in 2018.
What happened?
It was just over the slow play stuff that happened. So I took a long time for a putt, but it was because other guys were in the fairway and we had time. So it's like, okay, I'm not going to go because we're just going to be waiting on the next tee. Mm-hmm. And we normally do that. Whatever. That happens. The golf world goes crazy because I took like 2 minutes to hit a putt and I backed off of it once or twice or whatever. And that was when I was definitely slower, and I've improved that since then. But yeah, I mean, he took a shot at me then and I was like, dude, that's ridiculous. We're all just trying to do our best out here. Like, come on, don't be that type of person. And so from then on, it just kind of was always this little sticking point.
Is it like when you go to the range and hit balls and he walks, does he choose a slot next to you, or like does he make his way to not go near you? Or
no, yeah, it was just never. We just didn't want anything to do with each other.
Right,
but
you were just Ryder Cup champions and you just won the Ryder Cup.
I'm talking about in 2018. Yeah,
Right.
So I'll just give you kind of the backstory on it. It's pretty interesting, man. And then I think in Abu Dhabi, what was it, 2019? Maybe, Connor? Was it like 2019 in Abu Dhabi when I talked about my abs compared to him? Was it? It was Abu Dhabi though. I remember I was doing a live stream and somebody caught it on live stream me saying like, I got abs, right? And then he does this picture with his major trophies. He's like, it's okay, I might not have abs, but I've got these trophies and whatnot, these major championships. And so that's kind of when things got really escalated. And it wasn't like, I wasn't thinking it was going to be a big deal, but it became a really big deal. And as time has gone on, it's just gone more escalated. And then it got to a point where Memorial, I think it was, what was it? He was saying, no, people are just starting to say like Brooksy to me, like because they're, for whatever reason, they're just thinking it was going to get me.
Trying to rattle you, get your heads on.
Like, rattle me, yeah. And which, it wasn't a big deal. I mean, people say a lot worse things than that.
Does he own real estate in your head though?
No, not one bit. No. If anything, it's this PIP program came out. I don't know if you guys know. It's a player impact program. So there's a lot of incentives to create clicks and likes for the PGA Tour and us players. At the end of the year, every year we get a bonus based off of who's the top.
Really? On clicks?
Well, there's Google searches. Look, Tiger's probably going to be number one.
Yeah.
Right, because he's just the most known relevant golfer.
So the PGA put that into place.
Yes, the PGA for players that may have not been, to create hype for the tour and everything like that. But it's going to also hurt some players like John Rahm or Patrick Cantlay, even though he bagged $20 million in 2 weeks. Winning helps, playing well helps, and all that. But there's certain players like Colin Morikawa is not going to probably get anything from it. Only the top 10 social media influencers on the tour will get that bonus, and it's huge.
Wow,
it's a lot of money.
Really?
But when you guys hugged at the end of the Ryder Cup, though, there was that moment where you guys hugged each other. Let's be honest, you guys don't fuck with each other, right?
Well, I would say, look, we had mutual respect for us at that point in time. I think things have changed a little bit. There'll always be competitive nature, and we'll always kind of just be like, I'm better than you, or he's better than me, or we're always going to be trying to kick each other's asses, which is a good thing. I mean, I think the sport needs it in general, but I've got nothing against him. I don't think that, we'll be hanging out and, hitting balls next to each other all the time and doing that. But I think that, we have a little bit more respect for each other now, for sure.
Who wins a cage wrestling match or a boxing match?
He's got bigger arms. I do have a solid core.
He doesn't have a six pack. Eh?
He doesn't have a six pack. But
he parties a little harder too. Cardio, go ahead.
No, but I will say it would be a good battle.
Yeah.
No comment.
It would be a good battle, but I don't think it'd ever get to that point. I mean, golf is not that way, and nor would I ever do anything like that. I mean, I'm all for growing the game of golf, but I don't think wrestling for golf is something.
Well, boxing, you could box now. Tell me, you could do Koepka versus DeChambeau.
That would go crazy.
Hard,
It would
before
definitely-
Jake Paul.
It would definitely
Wrestle
kill
on
it for
18.
sure.
That would go crazy.
But I think
clicks would fly. Eh?
Scrap in the clubhouse
well,
bathroom.
this is what I'm getting to, is that there's something special coming here on the probably near Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
We're gonna be doing something kind of fun.
Okay.
It
So
eventually
there's something
has to
little
happen.
secret.
That hasn't been announced yet.
I don't
No.
know what's going on with any of that stuff. I have no idea, but I know that.
Something. Cool.
It's gonna be something special. You guys are gonna wanna watch this.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Is it a box? It's not a boxing. Who wins
No.
in 12 rounds of boxing though? Truthfully.
Oh, dude, I have no idea.
Throw it
I
out
mean,
there.
What? I want
Now,
to know.
now that I've got
I like it.
Hudson and Hogan who have done some of that, you never know. But I would prep like nobody else. I know, I can tell
How
you
much
that.
would it cost you to do a boxing match against Koepka?
Oh, it'd be a lot. It'd be way more than my net worth.
Okay.
That'd be crazy.
Would you like to share what your net worth is?
No.
No. Okay.
No, but it's
fucked, man. You're fucked.
I
about
want to see a boxing match. I'd like to.
I
I'm into
know,
the
I
boxing
know,
shit
I know.
now.
You mentioned Cantley. He said, did he win back to back when he won the bag there?
Yeah.
I was watching. Where was the first event when you played him in the 6-hole playoff?
Yeah, that was Caves Valley.
And don't take this the wrong way.
No,
by any
no,
means.
I know what you're gonna say.
Yeah, just like you fucking had him in those spots
Yeah.
at the end there, and like,
Yeah.
do you ever reflect back on that as a golfer? Like, fuck, or do you just
Absolutely.
completely?
That whole night, it was terrible.
Like, I was watching that and I was like, God damn! Like, you
It sucked.
fucking.
I had it. I mean, I should have won.
Wait,
There's no doubt.
just as playing sports myself.
I
like,
just missed putts coming down the stretch. Like in the 6 holes, I missed a 5-footer. I missed a 17-footer. I missed like a 21-footer. I missed 8-footer safe par. I got up and down out of the water, which was sick. One of the holes made a 4-footer. So I've got no thought about it at all. But
you're all good. No, yeah.
It's golf. It happens.
It just happens though. I mean,
Crazy.
I've had many more failures than that.
Yeah.
People don't realize, like, oh my gosh, you can't close it out. Well,
Absolutely.
I've won a lot of times, and I think that people don't understand that I've clutched up in a lot of moments.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And they just think it's funny to nag at people and say, oh, you can't do this or you can't do that. And I was like, okay, guys, hilarious, funny. I've made some of the most clutch putts in golf history. You know,
It's crazy
so-
just how close it was. Like you fucking
so
had it.
close.
Like,
I had it, man. But I'll tell you this: it's honestly, it's the coolest thing being able to go out there and fight as hard as you possibly can and win.
yeah.
It's so
That
amazing.
must be
And
a
when you
sick
don't,
that's like a
Oh,
battle.
it's got to be the best.
Dude,
Winning
when-
a golf tournament.
Yes.
Oh my
in
god.
front
That's
of, in front of
crazy.
millions of people,
Yeah, that's dope.
We're never
clutching
gonna
up
get to
and
do that.
making
That's so dope.
making a 15-footer.
I'm gonna win a
Yeah.
4-man
We're
scramble.
never going to be able
Like
to
I
do that
couldn't
moment
imagine
in our
where my
lives.
shot on 18 would go in the
No,
first playoff.
so
hole.
think about this: like you making a 20-footer, and I've done it a few times, making a 20-footer to win, or even at the Arnold Palmer this year, I had a 30-footer, something like that. I needed a 2-putt to beat Lee Westwood, and I hit it 5 feet past the hole. And I had to make that putter going to the playoff, and I have to hit the same drive. Again, it was super difficult, and it was
That's a lot
the
of
most.
pressure, man.
Oh my
Lee
God,
Westwood?
5.
That's-
Yeah, but he was playing
No, Lee
unbelievable
Westwood's great.
at that
He's-
point in time.
yeah.
He was playing unreal, right? He made a 12-footer on me. Anyway, whatever. The point is that making a 5-footer to seal the deal, or a 10-footer to seal the deal, the chills that you get going through your body, possibly the greatest thrill ride, joy ride you could ever have in your entire
Yeah.
life.
Do you go out and
It's
just go
definitely better
fucking
than
ape
sex.
shit?
Yeah.
I'll tell you, it's
That's
definitely
crazy,
better than
yeah,
sex.
Do you party after? Do you party after a big win? Like, do you just go crazy?
I don't go crazy, but I do celebrate. Yeah, I'm pretty
That's really
reserved because I'm always in it for the next day.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, if I go party and go crazy, the next day, if I lose that day, that's another day that somebody else is working their ass off and beating me.
Right.
I always think about that. I mean, Hogan when I was growing up, Hogan was my idol, one of my idols, and he said it best. He said, "A day you aren't practicing is another day somebody's getting better than you, and if you don't work that day, you lose out.
Yeah,
you lose out." And so for me, partying's always been this fun thing for a brief amount of time.
Yeah,
and then after that, back to work.
That's the way to do it.
I mentioned that one thing with Canley because I just couldn't imagine.
Sip it. Lucky guy, Kyle.
You guzzed the whole bottle of tequila.
No,
earlier
I
today.
will.
Hey,
Listen, me.
there
Fucking,
are
I'm on a
moments for
different
that,
thing.
though.
I'm not
Of
a
course.
fucking athlete.
I probably throw it out once a year. I'll do it once a year when it's in my off season and I've got no repercussions.
You you got a girlfriend now or no?
No.
No,
I'm
single.
keeping that open.
Nice.
So
You must.
What's it like on tour? Is there like girls that like come to all the
I
events?
don't feel like it's like a
there
small
must be like
community.
there must be a lot of politics
yeah.
and like little groupie talk on the
golf
tournaments
swag's
and
dope,
shit.
too.
Like
yeah, so
yeah, like golf
Golf
birds.
swag.
I would say there's a lot of DM work.
A lot of groupies though in that space. It's very small because I was dated.
Yeah, Bryson's a DM assassin for sure. Right?
Lights it up. Maybe
Yeah, low key,
Snapchat
definitely
too.
DM assassin.
Snapchat
absolutely.
too.
I'm not saying anything.
You're allowed to be though. You're allowed to be. You work
I know.
hard.
Do you like
Yeah.
analyze the DM slide-ins too, like science and math? Like
It's got
math
no.
You must move
Whoa,
the general
no,
and stuff.
It's this.
The time in between the messages and
Yeah.
It's this. I click, look at the profile. I'm good.
So you're judging a book by its cover, huh?
Well, when you see a good one,
Oh shit. Okay.
are you replying like no, like three dots?
I'm always. I mean, for me, like, it's weird because I've started. I don't know how to say this. It's very dynamic. Let's say that as of right now, and I'm just trying to keep it simple. And as time goes on, I eventually want to find the right person. I'm trying to find the right person right now, and I feel like there is somebody that I am talking to that's different and unique, and there's something there potentially. But
Good.
last year and the years before, it was definitely. I mean, I was dating this one girl for a couple of years, and she was great. It was fun. Just didn't work out very very well. But then there's just been some times where I've been trying to see what I like and experience.
Because
What
chicks can fuck up your head, especially golf being such like a sport where you gotta stay focused and everything. Like if you
know.
know like
Brutal.
a girl like cheated on
It's
you, fucked another guy,
brutal.
it can fuck. You
Yeah.
know.
That will mess up everything.
Yeah.
I hate when you're like, when you have like girl problems and you're playing golf, it actually does fuck with your head a little bit.
Yeah, and that's
Chunk
when we
it.
like
That's why I've tried to
Especially,
stay out of it.
You got to watch what you're
Most-
saying too in the DMs as well, right? And
Yeah, for sure. I mean, screenshots are always,
Yeah.
and I'm never disrespectful.
Yeah,
I don't.
yeah,
yeah.
I don't
No, you
ever.
can't
You can't.
No,
You just can't do that, man. You
No,
just
hell no.
can't mess with
rule
that.
number one. I really don't associate. If I see a guy, like if I'm doing business with somebody or whatever, and I just see them being like a dick to
Yeah,
a
it's
woman or
weird.
like being
Yeah.
disrespectful in
Yeah.
any way, shape, or
Awful.
form, that's my
Not-
number
no.
one pet peeve. I don't
No,
fuck
yeah.
with that at
Nope.
all.
Yeah.
Can't
We've had
deal
to
with it.
fire people from our crew that done that, right? Yeah.
Good.
Not
That's
saying
good.
I
have
don't,
to.
the DMs, sling a couple, photos over or anything like that. Once in a while I've done
Yeah,
that.
your
but-
DM game's just fucking
Yeah,
horrible.
you're
though, for
crazy.
sure,
By the way,
you know?
by the way, and if I had
What's
the
your pickup line? Hold up. I gotta know
Bob
this. What
scans
is
the
what
bar.
is your what's like if you had the hottest girl out there? What are you saying?
It depends situation, but usually if it's
Okay,
a
here we
DM,
go.
You got
I'll just
zapped?
usually fire.
I'll say
Like
anything.
I'm usually so busy.
You
going-
probably like tell them you can get them like a DraftKings deal or some shit like that.
that's one of my go-tos.
I'm working on
That's
it.
one of my go-tos.
Have you ever been to Buffalo Wild Wings?
No, I'm just usually like, yo, what's good?
Wings on
and
me.
then, but see, if I meet somebody face to face, like by the way, I've done all right for myself. I think in the lady department, I think I'm pretty.
Yeah.
You know,
We don't know
Bob
your
actually
past,
pulls.
though.
Bob pulls
Yeah.
smokes,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
You
I
know,
wonder what his past.
because I'm a
like, is
genuine
really
good guy.
They're around
you
for
know?
like 2-3 weeks.
I mean,
that's it, but
they're all
they come
cheating on
around.
me left and
Come
right,
on.
but, I get
Yeah.
them for the
They're
time being.
smokes.
Yeah.
But they are good looking girls. No, I don't
Gotta
think. I
give
think
you
that it's my theory's always been with a girl. You're just upfront, honest, you're respectful, and you're a good guy.
Yeah.
I mean, it can never go wrong that way. I don't believe in the
Sometimes
mentality
it
that
could.
like asshole. Being the dick. You have to be the dick.
Sometimes that's a way to block yourself, but
Yeah.
it happens.
But my closing rate's pretty good. So
Nice.
it's been
I'm happy for you.
Attaboy.
it's been good. If I think I found the one I'd love to, just so we want to put that on record. Moving on,
Put
back
that
to
on
Bryson.
Is there like a lot of politics in like the tour and shit like that, or like little like
Oh
beefs,
man.
or like, is it like you can't like talk to this person type shit at the beginning, or like because there's obviously a lot of stars in golf too, right? Like
we're all pretty friendly, but there is a lot of politics in golf in regards to just the management and the way things are dealt with and everything like that. It's very interesting. And the way it works is like we are independent contractors, but we kind of sign away our media rights and social image, I guess you could say. And so when we're on property, like for example, I can't really post really any of my sponsors on property on a golf course. If I'm a foot off of the golf course, I can do anything I want for any of my sponsors. Yeah, because
you can't post it, but you can wear. You can wear,
but you can't promote. You can't
on your socials.
Correct, on your socials. You can do it in interviews and stuff like that after the round or whatever, right? But you can't post a picture on your Instagram or YouTube or whatever. The PGA Tour, they monetize, obviously, from what I know, their YouTube page. They've done really well off of that. I hope it goes back into the purses and all that, but we don't know. So a lot of it's kind of just we really don't know everything that goes on, which is kind of interesting. And then, the image stuff, like for example, if I'm trying to promote a company, I cannot do it on property. And the reason is because it'll conflict potentially with another sponsor they have for that tournament, right? And so that's the issue. And it's frustrating because it's like, well, we're all members of the tour, so why can't we do that? Why can't we all be like happy-go-lucky, right? Because you got FedEx, right? It's a huge sponsor of the PGA Tour, but if you're with UPS, you can't post UPS on a tour event. It's really, really interesting.
A majority of the players, you think, in agreement with what you're saying?
I think there's a lot of people that are starting to see what's going on and asking questions.
Right.
Asking a lot more. So, I mean, look, I love the PGA Tour. I think what they've done is amazing. Don't get me wrong. I mean, my livelihood is based off of it, right? But I don't want people to think that I don't want other players to have Stockholm syndrome.
Right.
So I don't know if you know what that means.
I don't. I was just pretending like I did.
Yeah, me too.
That's why I
me too.
I was like, yup.
I didn't know. I don't know.
So what is, might as well get to what is Stockholm syndrome?
Just falling in love with your captor in a sense. So, it's very interesting.
Is how important is have you won a major yet?
Yeah.
Have I?
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
No.
You have not won a major. How important is that to win a major? Obviously, it's got to be.
I love it. He just goes
He
along
won
with that.
2020.
He just goes along with
I was
not
gonna
knowing.
say, it was a
Oh, fuck, you won a major?
Yeah, buddy, wake up. Smell the
My
roses.
bad. Fuck, I'm going to get grilled
What's his name again, Bob?
Everyone comment.
I'm fired. I'm fucked.
Bob thinks we have
Pinning comments of Fire Bob right now.
Oh, no.
Who was your inspiration when you first got into golf? I'm guessing Tiger Woods.
Tiger was the initial one. Yeah, I won
I'm
the
getting
2020 U.S. Open at Wingfoot, but that's okay. No big deal.
Yeah, no,
Thanks for
no.
preparing for our guest,
Should Gabe
man.
step in for a minute?
And you won
No.
Okay.
8 events total, was it?
Yeah, I've won 10 worldwide.
That's crazy.
My voice cracked on
That's awesome.
28.
Lot more majors to come, no?
I hope so, man.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that Masters is the one I want to get.
Yeah. You're
That's
going to
the
get
one.
there.
That's the one. So I'm excited for the future. Getting that first major was unbelievable, obviously. It's that, making that 6-footer finish it off was just the coolest thing ever. And then seeing my parents after, they were on Zoom or one stream, or it was some sort of streaming thing. And it was just crazy to see them back at home in California, and then me just looking at them, knowing that I'd won my first major and sitting there going, I did it. And I did it for my parents, for my family, for my,
Was that the best day of your life?
It was one of the best days of my life for sure. I mean, I cried. I don't usually cry very often. I cried then.
Golf's just such a tough sport
so
to
amazing.
fucking
Bro,
win,
no idea. It is
I don't know how you
very
guys do
tough.
the
it, man.
success rate. I mean, the win rate of Tiger at his prime, I think it was like 11% win rate, which is
That's insane.
unheard of.
Yeah.
Unheard of. It's unbelievable.
That's crazy.
Right? So like my win rate is like, oh shoot, I've played in like 120, won it. So it's less than like 1%.
Yeah, but you're always up there.
Yeah, I mean, you're always doing well, making money. And it's great.
It's crazy how solid you got to play all weekend, 4 rounds.
Yeah, 4 days. So think about it. Think about
like
this.
not one
That's
day. Like
crazy.
you have a good day. Or
I
like,
want people to understand how difficult this actually is. So you go to a tournament, right? Let's say you're playing a 3-week stretch. You go to a tournament, you're there on Monday, right? Sign up, register, do whatever. Practicing on the range, hitting balls, putting, chipping, getting comfortable with your game. You go play 9 or sometimes 18. The next day, you got to do it again. You got to go practice, get more comfortable, dial in your clubs, whatever, getting more comfortable. Wednesday, you got a Pro-Am, 18-hole Pro-Am. Usually, they're starting to switch to 9 holes. 18-hole Pro-Am, that's a 4.5-hour ordeal. You're out there on the golf course, again, playing the golf course.
I would love that. That seems like so much fun.
it's not your time.
Give me a second.
No, it seems like so much fun.
It gets better. Then you got 4 days of tournament golf. So the first day, Thursday, is kind of like, all right, whatever, just gonna come, going out there, trying to get up the leaderboard a little bit. Second day, some guys are just trying to make the cut. Some guys their games aren't good and they're just struggling. And so this is their livelihood. They're doing their absolute best. And I'll tell you an interesting stat too after this little conversation, but it may mean a lot. It'll mean a lot saying this first. So anybody that's outside the top 165 on the money list is losing money every year. They
Say
don't
that
make,
again?
they
Top
don't,
what?
They don't make money. Top 165. Outside of that, they're losing money.
Why? Because they got to pay for all their travel and shit?
We're independent contractors. We
Right.
pay for all of our expenses.
shit.
It's crazy. So you're going out there and playing for
Fuck.
them.
So you got to like,
Every hotel we have to pay on our own food.
and you
know,
got to
all my
find it
people-
yourself?
Yeah, you do everything.
They don't like
yourself.
set you
No,
up?
you do
Holy
everything
shit, that's
yourself.
That's a lot, man.
You do everything yourself.
Tough life.
And you've got a family to feed, and you're missing cuts. Which when you miss a cut,
Yeah.
you make
And
nothing.
then it's just more pressure on you the next time. Right?
Exactly. So that's the first thing. If it's your true job, you think it's great, but once you start going to the nitty gritty details and it's your livelihood, it's a very interesting scenario. I'll tell you that the guys that are 125 and in, we're having a great life.
Yeah.
No issues.
Yeah.
But I feel so bad for the guys that are 165 and out, or even on the Corn Ferry Tour.
Yeah,
Those guys are not, although the purses are continuing to go up each year, which is
That's
great.
crazy.
And
That's,
we love the sponsors because of that. It's still a difficult life. And so when you go and do these 3-week stints and you miss all 3 cuts and you're grinding Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then you go Thursday, Friday, you miss the cut, and you get the weekend off, but you're still grinding on Saturday, Sunday because you got to get good for the next week.
Yeah.
And you still can't find your game. You're still not doing well because there's so many players that are way better than you, and you're still missing cuts. I missed 14 cuts in a row my first year on tour. Nobody knows that. Very many.
What was
very
that like
few
when
people.
you were in that stage? Were you ever like really
Depressed.
depending on money from golf, or were you
Well,
always
I was
kinda
lucky enough to have sponsors.
Okay.
Very, very, very lucky. When I got out on tour, I had sponsors, which is awesome and made me okay. But I didn't know if I was going to be on the PGA Tour after the first year. I had to go to, I potentially was going to be off the PGA Tour and going back through the Corn Ferry Tour finals and seeing if I might make it out again. It's not a fun process.
Also, one time you thought you missed the cut and had to fly all the way back.
That was fun.
What
That was
happened
fun.
with that?
So that was in Charlotte this year, Quail Hollow. And I was like, there's no way. I just finished. I doubled or tripled 7, which is a birdie hole, super easy. I missed a birdie putt on, I think, on 8, par 9. Oh, no, I made birdie on 8. I chipped 10, actually. And number 9, finish. I'm walking off the golf course. I'm 3 over. The cut's at like 1 under. No chance I'm making the cut.
So you just took off.
I was like, let's go. Let's go. Meanwhile, we fly. We go halfway through the air. Connor, looking at his phone, he goes, Bryson, you may make this cut. I'm like, what?
Where were you when you found that out?
In the air, halfway back.
The pilot does a fucking
Did you
U-turn.
break it in the cockpit?
Well, that's what Connor went up and was like, guys, we may have to land and come back if he makes the cut. Because the wind picked up 30 miles an hour that afternoon. So it went from like nothing to 30 miles an hour that afternoon. And everybody was playing terrible. And the cut went from to even par, 1 over par, 2 over par. And we just saw that we had like, 5 more holes left? I think all the guys had 5 more holes left. And it went to 3 over par or something
Wow,
like that.
that's amazing for
Yeah,
you.
it rarely happens.
Is it worth
Rarely
going back
happens.
though sometimes? Like, is it like, oh, fuck, I just made the cut?
Yeah.
Like, is it like,
Well, sometimes. So, flying privately is not cheap.
Right.
So I had to weigh
Yeah.
the cost of, okay, this is going to cost me this to get there. If I go top 10, it's great. I make a bag and call it a day, right? But if I finish 50th, I still lose for the week.
Right.
But I was still thinking, okay, FedEx Cup points and all that. Okay, it means a lot for the tournament, first off, going back there and showing, my support and respect for them and for the FedEx Cup playoffs. So I flew back. I went top 10 that week. It was
That's
pretty sick.
crazy. That's wicked.
dope.
how important is a caddy in the game of golf?
Very important. So Tim Tucker was my pretty much first caddy that I had for a long time, and he was unbelievable. And some life things happened with him this year, and everybody thought it was a big deal when it really wasn't. He had just some personal life stuff that I won't get into. But unbelievable human being that helped me come up with a lot of the, I guess you could say, not really algorithms, but just the systematic way we go about our business on the golf course to play really well. And then as time went on, he knew his knees were not doing well, and he was going to be done here in the next year or two or whatever. So I was already prepping somebody else.
Did you have like
fill
an
that
interview
role.
process? Like, did you interview? different guys?
Yeah, I sat down with him. I went,
studied
I was
the chart?
in a tuxedo or a business suit, whatever, right? And I was across now. So I just had known this guy for 3 years, and I asked him a question one day about potentially caddying for me. He was a teaching pro at the time, and he was like, "Sounds interesting. I don't know." I said, "Well, you're going to make probably 3 or 4x of what you're making now." And he was like, "I know, but I don't know if I want that lifestyle or whatnot." And a lot went into it, and eventually came to the point where he was like, I think I might want to do it. And we had become really good friends throughout this 2-3 year process. He was a guy that helped me speed train. So he would always be the hype man.
They're always with
pumping
you.
up.
Caddies are always with you, right? They're like, 20, like
They are.
basically
It's
your
like,
right-hand guy.
it's like being married.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow, that's wild.
It's really like being
You guys
married.
ever get sick of each other in ways?
All the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why he's in
Yeah.
Vegas
Getting
and
tongues.
Aria getting, you know what?
Your caddy is gambling heavily right now.
Yes. There you
Your
go.
caddy is heavily. Is it always
He's
like
a great poker player, by the way, I think.
Really?
From what
You're
I've
a
heard.
caddy,
Yeah.
no?
I was a caddy, but on the shitty, like I was just a caddy for like something that didn't matter, like with guys that would just go out, get fucked up, gamble for money, and not give a shit about. Like I would shoot.
Where was it?
Wilshire Country Club.
Oh, okay.
I would like shoot the, when they have the thing, the scope. I'd like just not have slept the night before and like shoot the fucking tree instead behind it and give them like.
Give
200.
him
probably
the
gave the
4 iron.
Oh,
he
I
gave
was
the
eight
worst
iron.
reads.
I was
eh?
great at running, grabbing beers, getting the fucking group zapped, and like, you
Yeah.
know, that's why I got my jobs. As far as like reading the greens, I'd be like on the wrong side of the hole. Fucking, I was not a good caddy.
Yeah.
I'll say it here first.
Well, I couldn't have expected more of that.
Is it always like, is it 10% caddies always get, or how does it work? Is it like always negotiable?
No.
No?
So, depending on how you place, like if you make the cut or if you miss the cut, you're still paying a flat rate.
Mhm.
And if you make the cut, if you finish top, I think my structure's like 20 or something like that. You make a certain percentage, and then it gets amped up when I finish top 10, and then when I win, it's 10%. Yeah.
So if you win, what's the biggest prize pool you can win? The FedEx thing, like
Well, FedEx Cup
is
yeah.
what? How much money?
15 million.
15 million. So they get
That's your
1.5
first?
million.
Yeah, they get $1.5 million.
That's crazy.
Wow, what a fucking payday that is, huh?
Yeah, that's one where you're out having fun.
That's where your caddy's dialed in.
Yeah. But then the caddies on the Corn Ferry, think about the caddies on the Corn Ferry Tour where the players aren't making any money. Sometimes the caddies make more than the players on the Corn Ferry Tour because the players aren't making any money
That's crazy.
every single week, but they're having to pay them a flat rate.
Do you ever find yourself, like, I've seen a lot of clips and stuff, I'm not saying all the time at all, but do you ever find yourself like arguing with your caddy on the course or going against them? And
All the time.
yeah,
Every
It's
caddy
that's
does.
just a
every
nonstop
player
battle.
in caddy does. Yeah, it's not.
And sometimes it's like, fuck you, I'm right, and sometimes it's like,
absolutely,
you're an idiot,
Yeah,
right?
you should
Yeah.
see Kenny Harms and Kevin Na. The interaction between Kevin Na and his caddy is legendary,
Yeah.
unbelievable.
I saw the clip of John Ram like not too long ago. I think it was.
Yeah,
He's-
yeah, Adam.
he's
I
like,
mean, there's times where it's
not
like
bad.
that.
Yeah,
There's times where it's like that, but they're still together, right?
Mhm.
So just sometimes you just
the Steve Williams with the 3 golf balls on Pebble Beach. Tiger was on 18.
Oh, that's a great story. From
How
Tiger,
crazy
yeah.
is that?
Yeah,
Like, what would
that's-
you do? He's disqualified?
Yeah, at that point in time, he would have been. But nowadays, you can just go get golf balls from the room or whatever. Like, yeah, you can do that stuff if you run out. So
That's crazy.
it's wild. Yeah, golf is. I'm telling you, it's one of the most amazing sports in the world.
It's the greatest.
One of the most
Greatest.
Golf is
difficult.
fucking
I
dope,
love
man.
golf.
one of the most difficult sports in the world. But I will tell you, it's one of the most frustrating sports in the world.
Yes, for sure.
Well, especially when you're playing. Yeah, if
Yeah, I
it's
see
your
you get
livelihood,
heated, like, you
that's
turn, like,
crazy.
red,
Like we
you
get
get
pissed
fucking
for
red.
like.
Yeah, man.
Pissed.
Yeah.
You give us a
Yeah.
double bogey.
I
I'm
care,
fucking-
man. People oftentimes
I get pissed when I lose bets too. Like I'm.
Oh, I
Yeah.
just rip shit.
We're arguing on the course and shit. We never
Yeah.
argue
Yeah.
for betting. We're
Yeah.
like, I'm not even talking to you.
Yeah, if you've never played golf, you don't know the type of rage it can produce out of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you
You
ever
go
want
to
to be?
another
Do you
level.
agree with the mic'd up thing? They were thinking about miking you guys up.
Oh, well, in regards to the sponsors we all have on tour, it's the worst idea.
Right.
It is the worst. But I tell you, it'd be amazing if it was like on a streaming service and we all, if we all for a day could just say, okay, no repercussions from any of the sponsors and go say what you want to say, we would be saying everything, absolutely everything that every average golfer says on the golf course.
And I think that's how it
Clips
should
would be
be. I
blowing
think
up.
the
Oh,
golf.
it'd be insane.
Clips would be going crazy.
I think that's how
on
golf
I
should
mean,
be,
the
though.
biggest chirps
I
come
wish.
out on the course.
You did too. Brian Zerf, good friend of mine, helped produce the. How was the match?
Dude, that was fun.
Yeah.
We hit some bombs up there with Phil and Brady. Well, Brady didn't really hit that many bombs. But Aaron did. I'm just kidding. I love Brady.
Was that
He's
your
awesome.
first time meeting the best quarterback to ever play the game?
Who, Aaron?
No,
I'm just
Tom.
kidding.
Tom.
I'm kidding.
That's funny.
Good one. Good one. Aaron's got a ways to go.
I know he does. That's why I'm
time's
joking.
running out.
I'm joking.
His time
I'm
is
joking.
running
Most
out.
talented.
No,
sure.
I know Tom is the GOAT, obviously.
By far. What
By
was your
far.
first interaction with him?
Wide-eyed and just going, it looked like he was zapped. But
That guy zapped on life.
yeah,
7
yeah.
trophies.
But no, I met him. He was like, "Hey, buddy, how you doing? Bryson, right?" I'm like, "Yeah, man, great to meet you, man. You seem like you're an unbelievable person." And and then he was, but no, he was great, and his wife was great too. And no bad words to say about him. It was awesome. The way everything went down, he was chirping in my ear the whole round, and just banter back and forth. It was great. I mean, I loved it. And then Aaron, it's weird. Aaron would banter in his own way. It wasn't like the normal banter that you hear. It was very subtle, and it didn't sound like he meant it. It wasn't forced. It was just like a subtle little thing that would come out and be like, "Oh wow, that was a big burn."
Yeah,
but
no.
it didn't feel like it was like
Hits you like 5 seconds after.
You
Did
throw
I
it
just
out
get
there,
chirped?
and
He's so
you're just
relaxed
like,
and low key.
Oh,
I caddied for
shit.
him. I was his caddy for a while.
That was pretty good.
Like
It
it
was
sounded
very-
like it sounds like he's not trying to chirp you, but it was like fuck. Oh
Yeah,
my
that
God.
hit me hard. Exactly. Right. One of
Oh,
those
man.
sorts of things.
That would hurt.
But the whole match was great. Brian obviously was unbelievable, and I'd say the most important thing is we raised a lot of money for charity. That was
guys did.
cool.
You guys did.
Like I was saying earlier, one of your biggest inspiration was Tiger Woods. What's
Yep.
your relationship with him now like?
Oh, as you said earlier, he's my dad. So, so no, he's been great. First time I met him in 2018. This is hilarious. It was possibly the most nervous I've ever been on the golf course.
Wow.
In my entire life. More nervous than the Ryder Cup. More nervous than the long drive thing I'm doing today. It was by far the coolest, most nerve-wracking experience. Number 10, Torrey Pines. That's where I played with him the first time. He asked me to go play. I was like, yeah, let's do it. Why not? And we get out there, media everywhere, and Tiger just stoic as ever. And I've been texting with him a little bit, but shook his hand and just like nothing. There was nothing. He just look at you.
He just blocked
That's
everything
crazy.
out,
Like,
huh?
walk right past you like you were nothing.
That's crazy.
And that's when I first met him. Yeah, you'd be like this and he'd just look at you and just look away and not even know you were there anymore. That's how weird but amazing it was. So I talked to him. Okay, cool, whatever. Go to the 10th tee, hit a drive. And as we're just walking down the course, I don't know what to say to him, right? Because he's my idol, right? And somebody I've grown up wanting to play golf with and compete against. And for the first 2 or 3 holes, there was really not much at all to be said. And then finally on 12, I asked him about something in his putting. And it's like, because I'm a geek when it comes to putting and golf and whatever, right? Everybody calls me a scientist, whatever. He's a nerd as well.
Mm-hmm.
Complete nerd. And I love it. It's super awesome. I started talking about putting and he just goes down the rabbit hole, man. It was as deep as you think you could go with putting. He went even deeper.
To the dimples on the ball?
He
went deeper than that.
Oh yeah.
That's
Like
crazy.
he knows anything and everything about putting.
What the fuck?
Yeah. And so we just connected super well from that.
Is he hard? No, it's got to be hard too, because when you play in a match, you've been grouped with Tiger before in a round, right? When you play with him, there's fucking everybody around in the group.
Yeah.
Does that work for you? Do you like playing
So
with
it
such
did.
two shitty golfers and you have nobody watching you? Even though you draw some people as well.
No, I love it. I think in 2018, that's one of the reasons why I won at TPC Boston for the Dell Technologies. I played with him Saturday, and the crowd is huge, obviously, paired with him, Tiger and I. He goes out, and he's playing pretty well, but for whatever reason, I felt like I was feeding off of that crowd when they were going crazy for Tiger. So, for example, Tiger hits his drive on 2, and it was just right down the middle, whatever. And I was hitting it past him probably 20 yards, something like that at the time. And I would stripe a drive, and there'd be just a little clap, and then Tiger would hit, and be like, yeah, let's go. Everybody's going crazy, right? So that's the difference that you have. That's a different dynamic. And I still tried to use that energy and play well. And so ultimately, I went and shot 63 that round, and he shot 68. And
It's got to be tough too when he's like not.
63.
yeah.
When he's not in your group though, too, you got to be mindful, right, of when he's like hitting sometimes, because doesn't it?
You do, because he could walk and the crowd walks and goes crazy and starts yelling Tiger. So he, his whole entire life, has had to control crowds by his motion to be respectful towards other players. People don't understand how much of a mental toll that actually is. They think it's nothing, but it's actually like, okay, when do I move? How do I move to make sure I'm not affecting other players?
Right.
He is cognizant of that.
Or you could
and
use it in your
wild.
favor and be kind of like slimy and like when you're guy.
Yeah, I mean,
Just take one step.
For-
Yeah, just take one step right when you're
I'm
hitting right.
sure-
right.
I'm sure there was-
We start the whole crowd just
yes,
leaves one.
I'm sure there was times where that happened.
Yeah.
But again, that's what happens when you're the greatest, pretty much the greatest of all time.
Is he still the same when he hits a bad shot? Like just completely like just.
No. He's emotional. He's
Yeah.
very
Have
emotional.
you ever
But
watched
he
TV?
gives himself.
Have you ever watched TV?
Well, I've seen videos of him
He's
saying
got
like, "Come
cameras on
on,
him,
Tiger,"
you know.
like stuff
He's
like
been,
that.
He's been
Like,
fined before for saying things. I've been fined before for saying things. I never forget. This is actually funny. 15 at Memorial. I think I won that year. It might have been the year before, whatever. I yelled the biggest F word I've ever yelled in my entire life. I mean, the guys heard it on, I was on 15 tee box, I heard it on 18 tee. It must have been half a mile at least. Screamed it. I got fined.
By who? Ralph Lauren?
Damn.
No, by the PGA Tour.
Definitely not Buffalo Wild Wings. You know?
That was not a high moment in my life.
When you were playing in the same group as Tiger, like when you played friendly before, was it totally different walking up the fairways? Like was he chatty? Was he?
No,
or was
not
it just
chatty at
dialed,
all.
just dialed,
Completely
nothing?
different.
Don't talk to me.
I got
In a
dialed,
practice
man.
round, in a practice round, you get a lot out of him. In a tournament round, it's go time.
But even like yourself, like is that for everyone? It's just go time, or do some guys joke around?
For the most part, there's a lot of guys that joke around, but I would say the best players in the world don't joke around.
They don't see Saturdays and stuff.
We want to kick your ass.
Are there any guys that? Are there any guys that talk shit out there? Like truthfully, like
there is some talk about that. Yeah, for sure. We all have our own little things like why is this person this way or why am I this way or vice versa, whatever. There's always
did they
little
guys in like
things.
real competitive events like chirp you a little bit?
They don't chirp. It's
Like-
more gossip.
Yeah, you're
It's
hearing
more
about
gossip.
shit.
Just like that? They're not like nice shot, like pussy or something like that.
No. They don't say that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't know. Never been in the golf world. Had to ask.
Yeah, no, it's
You
one
know?
of those things that
probably
there's
just
still
like-
a level of respect. I
There
think.
must be a lot of drama and talk. Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Like this guy's wife got too
Yeah,
hammered
oh,
at
yeah,
the
this guy's
fucking.
wife
like-
run a train on.
Right? I bet you there is. Like
There's got to be
You're
a lot of
opening-
golf drama.
you're
bro.
opening
Rory's
up
wife
a-
was slamming too many shots after fucking he won and shit.
You're opening up a whole can of worms.
Yeah.
I'm not going to
Should
go
we
there.
close the can back up? Sorry,
Yeah.
bad joke. And that is it for the DeChambeau podcast.
I'm enjoying this. Honestly,
Yeah,
this
no,
is so much fun.
This is wicked.
We're taking
This
you out
is
of your comfort
good.
zone. You guys are it's so buttoned up with you guys, and especially
it's
the
tough.
PGA.
Yeah, it
PGA is
is.
on another level of like being strict. It's like almost
It's
like
tough.
the game needs to continue to grow, and I think what they don't realize sometimes they're starting to get a little bit better at, but not really. Is they want to attract a younger audience. I think they kind of somewhat need to do a better job of that by making the game a little bit more fun.
I'm
and
19.
allowing
You
you
got
guys.
banned. You
golf.
got what did PGA do to your Instagram? Didn't they? You were posting. That's how you got big, right? Mostly, or no?
It's like-
No, like you did a lot of golf videos. I'm saying.
Yeah, I
Like,
did.
You're
yeah.
huge in
They
the golf
sent me a couple
space.
letters that were just like "fuck off," and I was.
But now
like,
you can't commentate on golf shit, can't you?
No, then they just heavily flag. Like I can't even upload it. They have me all banned and all
Yeah.
that stuff, which
That's
is fine, I
incredible.
guess. I mean, whatever.
Let us know what you guys think. We were talking. We got to do some sort of prank, a golf prank or
Yes,
something.
Yes, that would be
We're trying to
amazing.
think of some ideas. If you
I
guys
wanna
have any
know.
ideas, comment them. We're trying to do something, something creative, something we haven't done.
Yeah. He's
Yeah.
leaning more toward the savage side of things, eh?
Oh, I love it. Any prank you can. I mean, that's me. People.
I think
people don't know me enough. Like when I'm hanging out with my friends and whatnot, we're always joking around.
Yeah.
We're always messing around. Some of the stuff's just not PG-13 at all, right? And I would love to be able to express that because I think it's funny. I think it shows the finer and funner sides of life. For me in general, I just wish I could talk about that more and be more like that, which I can. But again, I respect and have a great relationship with all my sponsors, and I love them dearly. They're family to me, and I would never do anything to hurt them. And that's what matters most to me. But again, I want to show people that side of me.
Well, this
I
is a
think
good
it's
start.
fun.
This is a
I
good
think
start.
it's pretty decent,
This is a
right?
good start. And you got a YouTube page too?
Yeah, it's just Bryson DeChambeau.
Perfect.
We'll put that link in the description. Make
Thanks.
sure you guys
Golf
go
prank would be
subscribe.
crazy.
Yeah,
Let's
we have to.
let's send some good
Serious.
traffic, boys. See how many
100%.
subs we can
Let's fire
push.
that up.
Damn, let's go.
100%.
Thank you,
Pump
guys.
it to Brian.
Appreciate
By the
that.
way, now that you came on here, because guess what? There's not a lot of guys that would come on the show because of fear of, losing sponsorship and whatnot. You fucking stuck it out, came out for
Yeah,
us, did us a
appreciate
huge
that.
favor.
Yeah,
We have your
great.
back, and I can't
it.
speak for the
Thank
full
you.
send audience because they all fucking hate me. But I'm pretty sure that
I
they have
wonder
your back
why.
as well. I'm pretty sure they have your back as well. So
No, thanks. Any more questions? I'm honestly free to go. If you got something good.
Just other things outside of golf. Like, what else do you enjoy doing on your own time? Or, like, is it all golf?
Ping pong.
Ping pong. Oh,
I would fuck you up.
You
in ping
nasty?
pong.
Oh, good luck.
No, I'm
we got a
just
table here?
Are you nasty?
I'm nasty, yeah.
We got a table?
Is there?
I got a table in my house.
You shoot?
Guns?
Well, I don't know. Your guy was just going like this to me. I don't know if he was saying.
Yes. I love. I got 3 guns.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've got in
Where do you live?
Dallas.
Okay.
Yeah.
By the way, that penalty point off, you just changed subjects.
What do you mean?
He was talking about guns. You always give me shit for changing subjects. He was talking about guns. You transitioned to fucking. Where do you live?
Well, now we're really off
Yeah.
topic. So
Sorry.
I was gonna ask because he has guns. Like I don't know.
Oh,
Yeah,
smart.
yeah.
Fuck. All right. You're right. You're right.
You trying to get into a gun control debate here or some shit? Like
please don't.
state by
Another
state
point
gun
off
laws
Memory,
and
it
shit? I'm just
backfired.
wondering. Cool.
Yeah, so I've got a few of those. They're fun. Definitely want to learn about how to get more. I think they're fun to have and good to know how to use in certain situations. Just to, if anything, just to protect yourself or whatnot. I'm not saying it's going to happen or anything, but it's always good to know how to use something if somebody comes on your property you don't want or something like that. That's Texas though. And then I used to game a little bit, like Fortnite and stuff. I love playing that. Streamed for a little bit on Twitch. Again, just trying to do anything and everything. Slackline. You know what slacklining is?
No, what's that?
Like tightrope walking and shit.
Yeah.
Okay, the thing's a little wider. It's not a wire.
Are you good at it?
Yeah, you walk right across and back.
How'd you ever do it over like a pit of
How'd you get
alligators?
into that?
How'd I get into that? So I had a buddy of mine. Sorry,
I thought it was going to relate to like balance or golf or something.
No, yeah, seriously. I'm serious. So like I was
scientist.
trying to actually get better centeredness, if you want to say that, like for your golf swing, so you can control your golf swing a little bit better.
You love basketball then.
Basketball
with the net and just the hoop. I feel like you don't want to switch it every time.
Oh yeah, I mean, learning how to make the same motion every time, repeat motion. Great at free throws, not like Shaq, but great at free throws. Bentley has been unbelievable. The super speed. You guys know what the Bentley super speed is?
No.
No, not a cars guy.
You're not a cars guy?
No, like I don't know too much about the fucking.
This thing's a beast. I used to have that for a little bit, and then they switch it out every 5,000 miles from me, and they go sell the car. So it's like a VIP service. It's unbelievable.
So you get a free car every day, brand new.
Not every day.
Or every 5,000 miles.
Yeah, every 5,000 miles, which is awesome. So Bentley's been unbelievable with me, and I've got to design 4 or 5 cars now, which is
Really?
super
You got
cool.
any extras?
No, I have to give them back, and then they sell them.
Because we always usually give something to the full set audience from every guest.
We could work on something. By the way,
Let's do it.
I think we could actually do something.
Talk to the big man.
Okay.
to the
I
big man.
can talk to my guys there. And
Or Steve will do it. Just buy 7 of them for this fucking.
I was wondering if he was going to be here.
Fuck that. Steve's like, Bentley, I'll give you 15 Maseratis and a Lamborghini. It's like, Jesus. All right,
Oh
Steve.
God.
Yeah.
He's a something else, some special, right?
Yeah. He's the
That
man.
guy's crazy,
The-
man.
Steve's the man.
Fraction
How much
weight.
weight did you gain? You gained a fuck.
So
ton
I
of weight.
gained about 35 pounds. I was like 205 coming out, and then I went to 240 in about a year and a half, it was not all muscle. It was definitely a little bit of fat. Then I've trimmed down back to 225. So I did like an extended bulk period. Like
Yeah,
a
you were
year.
fat for like a little bit.
I was. I looked like you. I looked like you.
Wow.
Easy with the fat jokes, all right, Bob? Chill out, right?
Wait, you look great. I'm just saying, like, I looked on TV. I'm like, fuck, Bryce is
I'm gonna-
fat
I'm gonna
as
need the
fuck.
diet
I mean,
plan,
like,
right?
Yeah, now that's not really that much.
No,
fat
that looks
there.
good now.
So-
That looks good. But I'm saying, but that's what happens, right? You get a bulk fat and turn it into
Gabe
muscle.
just got a half chub over
Yeah,
there.
Gabe just got
Yeah,
yeah.
Gabe's excited.
He's,
Yo, watch out.
he's
for
so
him, dude.
cute. That's what he's gonna say.
Gabe's tried to bang every single one of our podcast guests.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's trying to go on a tear.
It's like, fuck, man. All right, but this Saturday, what do you think? Should we do a match? Should we do a prank? What do you
I think we got to figure
Fucking-
something out.
Or
we
something
we
soon.
gotta do a match vlog.
Yeah.
And then prank.
A prank would be legendary.
We gotta do
Oh
it.
yeah,
That'd be great.
Yeah, we just got to figure out a way to have people not know who I am.
That would be so funny.
I mean, that's the problem, right? You go to
Yeah.
a golf course, you're gonna be like, "Oh my god, this,"
Yeah.
whatever.
It'd be
both
funny in a
ways, too.
disguise though. Coming
you guys
on.
too. It's like,
Yeah, it's tough with you guys too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's the
everyone.
problem. So
We'll figure something out. and see.
yeah, we got to do something good though.
Yeah.
I'm-
100%. It won't be bad.
We'll think. We'll think.
All right.
One other thing I needed to ask.
Uh-oh.
What's the history behind the hat? Because seeing you
Yeah.
every time I see you,
It's the hat.
it's just the hat.
Yeah.
Now,
It's a great question.
like,
Yeah, no, it's the driver cap and everything.
what got you into like that
So
style?
when I was 12
A
or
bag from Puma?
13, yeah, I got a huge bag of money. No, I'm kidding. When I was 12, 13, I was playing in this junior golf event, and my favorite golfer was Ben Hogan at that time. You know who he is, I hope. Do you know?
I don't know who Ben. I'm gonna search
Play
him up
soccer.
after
Play
this.
soccer.
I'm gonna search him up.
Jesus. Oh, my God.
I just got into golf.
I
I'm
know.
really trying
Dude,
to.
don't have to be in golf. He's
I,
a little
I'm
fucking
gonna
guy.
dial
I
in
want
him.
to show
Ben
you
Hogan
right
is.
now who Ben Hogan is. 'cause
I'm gonna
I
go
can't go
professionally.
forward without
Yeah.
telling you who this
Let's
person
see.
is.
Let's see.
well, you know what? Fuck, we have Bryson here. We should have analyzed Salim's swing.
That would have been
I
great.
We'll do that
Video
for
of
the
my
video.
swing.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. There we
Oh,
go.
for the video. Okay.
Yeah.
I need to get a couple tips too, man.
Yeah.
This is me right here.
It's a good commercial.
He's in a bathing suit, Bob.
That's actually pretty solid.
I mean, it's all right. I want to get.
There we go.
Salim's gonna get really good, man.
Oh, what are all these nudes over
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
DPs.
No, that's it. Yeah.
He's like, oh shit.
No, I'm meant to go.
He's like, did he sweat?
It's actually pretty solid. We just got to work on like through impact. Your
Yeah.
backstroke and downstroke are fine. Well, that sounded bad. Your follow through and your finish. Everything about golf.
No,
if
yeah, you could
actually
apply that
start
shit to
talking
sex,
without
man.
any context sounds sexual.
As long as
It's
you can drop it in the
crazy.
hole.
So he's got a shot. Salim's got a shot to be good.
Okay, we didn't even finish this.
I want to play. Honestly,
I just want to know about the top hats
professionally.
Yeah, and now back to the top hats. Yeah, the driver cap. Just to finish it
Because
off.
every time I hear Bryson, like I just picture that.
So yeah, so
top
Ben
hat.
Hogan was a main inspiration, and when I was 12, I had this hat that looked. Every guy was wearing the same hat at this golf tournament, and I was like, I don't want to look like them. So in the pro shop, I saw that there was like a driver cap, and Ben Hogan was my favorite player. I was like, okay, I'll just wear that hat. My dad was like, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. And so, what do you guys?
Salim, I'm
I
laughing
don't know.
at fucking
I
Salim.
thought
He's
they're
out to
roasting
lunch.
me. I think they're
Look
roasting
at him.
me.
He's dialed in.
No, I really
Salim's
going
gonna
to
be so inspired tonight.
Oh my
Okay.
god, bro.
Like, at least by the time I'm like 25, I'm still
He's
young.
like,
now.
yo,
Salim's
6
fucking
years
jerking off
to get on the
DeChambeau
PGA
last
Tour.
night.
Right when we get to the back.
I believe in
30.
Salim.
Yeah.
I really want to
Yeah.
be
He's
good at
dedicated.
I
He
love
could.
the
Okay.
game.
Let's all get
It's
on, man.
amazing.
I love
Yeah.
games that are hard.
We gotta change
I
Salim.
love.
Okay.
I love.
You
I
are
love sports
dedicated.
that are
Okay.
very,
Dedicated.
very hard.
All right.
So like, if I can get good at this, man, oh my
So like
God.
you wouldn't mess with bowling. That's not something that interests you.
Bowling is it's pretty easy.
Fuck
I think-
bowling.
I think pretty bowling.
Fuck
I'm pretty good
Ralph
at
Lauren.
bowling.
No bowling.
Honestly.
All right, we good?
Yeah. So the hat, real quick.
the hat, real
Just
quick.
to finish off, because it took us 20 minutes to
We're
get
here
to
to
this
2
hat.
a.m. about the fucking hat.
All right,
the hat.
Okay, so
We're all delusional at this point.
I shouldn't have
I
asked.
wore that cap the first time in that tournament, even though everybody didn't, or my dad didn't want me to do it. I won my first tournament using it. I was like, okay, I won my first tournament. Let's wear it again. Second tournament I played in, I won that as well. I was like, shit, I gotta keep wearing it.
He's got to.
So, he's got to go to the bathroom.
so
No, I don't know. Keep going. Keep going.
Last thing on the hat was that when I went to SMU, that's where Payne Stewart went. I don't know if you know Payne Stewart.
No, I
He
don't.
died in the plane crash, didn't he?
He died in a plane crash in 1999.
Yep.
He wore the same cap. He won 2 U.S. Opens and a PGA Championship. So he was very influential as well. Had a super silky swing. You actually might like it. I mean, if probably out
Yeah,
of
play
time.
a swing.
We got 20 more minutes. 30.
Yeah.
40
Okay.
minutes.
Yeah.
Kyle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. At least 40, right for you.
Yeah, we're good.
If you got
So
Payne
funny.
Stewart,
Where's my pants?
Payne Stewart, Payne Stewart.
I think,
Yeah,
an hour and a
it's
half
pretty
is one of
solid.
the longest episodes, Bryson. By the way,
Okay.
hats off
Yeah.
I love
to
it.
you.
That was wicked.
And
But
Les-
yeah, that's really cool. Obviously, we love golf. I wish we could golf fucking every day, man. But
It's
we
awesome.
should
Yes,
play more.
man. That would
It's
be the
awesome.
best thing ever.
You guys
Dude,
can keep going
I'm
if
so
you want.
fucking jealous
Go
of
to the
your
bathroom.
life.
All right, I'm gonna.
Fuck.
You're good.
I love that, man.
What was your question?
What was your
Gabe?
question, Gabe?
All right, come announce it. Come
Gabe's
announce
like, what are you doing tonight?
So we talk with who we talk with. I think.
Okay. We talk
Holy
with.
fuck! I want to ask
Yo,
one
Bob,
question to the guy, dude.
What's going on here, Gabe? You just trying to hit on Bryson or what? You were sitting at the back of the room and he lifted up his shirt and then you came right behind the fucking screen.
Well, was boring, so then I'm sorry.
No, I am.
Say that.
I'm very boring.
There's nothing wrong with it. I'm just asking.
Oh, it's like I just got interest,
Cool.
and now I want.
All of a sudden, you like golf, eh,
I
Gabe?
love it.
All of a sudden, I love golf. Thanks for having me here.
A great time.
Thank you, appreciate it.
We're
Bob, you
gonna
wanna
talk
come
about
wrap
this
this
all
up?
night.
Bobby, it's your time to shine.
Yes, of course. Down right here. Yes. Number one podcast host in all of America. It's coming in hot.
We're going for the record for the world's longest podcast.
I mean, do you think that we have enough stuff here? I think that we
I
had.
think we do.
I think we did a great
Yeah,
job.
I mean,
I
I
think
think
we're
we
good.
killed it. Yeah.
But I think that the good news about this is I don't think this is going to be our last little rodeo together.
Fuck no.
So I think
fuck
that we should all get together on the golf
This is
course.
We need your help. Yep.
What should we do this Saturday
going
for
through
real?
the
Should we
ball.
do a prank or should we do the match?
Let's figure it out though. Let's take time.
I'm down
and
for
not
a
rush it.
prank.
If you guys are listening this Monday, Nelk, we're doing something. Golf prank. New episodes every Monday, Full Send Podcast.
Bob, you all
That's
right?
it.
I'm laughing so hard. I'm sorry.
This was dope though. This was
I love
This is
it.
fucking
this
awesome.
was one of my
This is sick.
personal favorites
This
so
is-
far.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
This one, yeah.
It was an honor to meet you guys, and you guys have done something that's transcended just normal podcasts and interviews and things like that. I can't thank you enough. So it's pretty sick.
Amazing.
This is something you should say.
Wait,
that we
Trump-
are all fucking rallying behind Bryson for the rest of the season,
100%.
right?
Just
Yeah.
a season?
Bets are gonna be locked in. No.
The whole entire rest of his life.
Thank you.
There you go.
Thank you.
We are committing to Bryson DeChambeau.
No, I'm
Let's
telling
go.
you guys, like for me, I've always been somebody that tries to be as open-minded as possible with anything, especially when it comes to golf. That's why I've done so many things. I've tried so many things, and with people, I try and be as open-minded as possible to see the value that they bring to life. And I think you guys bring something that's so unique and different to the world. I think that's why you guys have been so successful, man. It's awesome.
Yeah, our thing is just
So-
we're just real on camera too.
All right,
That's the
enough
most important.
sucking each other
Yeah,
off.
I know.
Let's wrap this
Done with that.
episode up here.
Let's go.
All right. We'll see you guys next Wednesday.
Love it. Let's go.